Polymyositis may also be associated with infectious disorders such as HIV/AIDS. Yikes. Hey, what is up internet? My name is Josh and welcome to the first episode of Myositis Diaries, where I talk about polymyositis and what it's like having PM. In this video, I will be talking about the first time I heard the term polymyositis and the questions I had about it. I first got diagnosed with PM in 2012, but in 2015 I decided to write a book, sort of like an autobiography, and also not. I don't really know what it is. Some parts of the book discuss PM and what it's been like for me, and this book might not even get published, so I might as well read it to you, right? Also, there have been a lot of changes since I finished writing the book, so any updates will be discussed in future videos. So let's get started, shall we? I'd probably add some comments whilst reading. This is the part where my parents and I discovered that I have polymyositis. The title of the article is "The Fault in Our Macro." As promised, I will now tell you all about my muscular disorder. Contrary to popular belief, the reason for my illness/weakness is not caused by my fall in the macro forest when we went on a field trip for our taxonomy class that one time circa February 2012. I just want to clarify that. Here's the real story. It all happened during my first summer term in college. That was around April of 2012. Everything was fine. I felt fine. I rode the jeepney to and from school. Climbing up the stairs of the jeepney was easy. Well, it used to be easy. I even used to skip a step to get inside the jeepney faster. Then suddenly, I had trouble pulling my own weight and I couldn't seem to get up the stairs. My dad had to give me a little push. Yes, my dad still takes me to school. He picks me up from school too. Kind of part of the overprotectiveness. Then my weakness kept getting worse, but I never thought it was because I was sick. I never assumed I was sick. One time, my professor decided to have our class at another lecture hall in a completely different building. One of my classmates wanted to get there as fast as possible. He pulled my arm as if that would make me walk any faster. Usually I can take a simple tug and not lose my balance. But not on that particular day. There was a small step in front of me the moment he pulled my arm, so I thought I just tripped. But it wasn't like that at all. I was weak and I didn't even know it. I fell down, ripped my favorite pair of cargo jeans, and scraped my knee. He felt so bad for pulling my arm. I think he apologized the whole way over. It hurt, but I had a high pain threshold, so I didn't really mind. Then I started to notice that I was having difficulty doing simple things like getting in and out of bed, sitting up, sitting down, lifting my legs to cross them. I thought maybe it was because I was not getting much exercise, but apparently the situation was a bit more complicated than that. I told my mom about all this and she thought I was probably lacking some vitamin B. I think it had something to do with the nerves. I don't know. So I took some B-complex pills. It didn't work. It didn't work because it wasn't what my body needed. My mom consulted her older sister, who was a doctor, and told her what I was feeling. She advised us to go see a neurologist. And as soon as the summer term ended, we went to Manila and looked for the best neurologist around. Polymyositis is a rare disease, so my neurologist wasn't able to give a proper diagnosis right away. She had an idea of what disease I might have, but she asked me to go through a bunch of tests to make sure. I went through muscle biopsy, that will be discussed in another video, electromyography, electrocardiogram, and some blood tests. Days after I got discharged from the hospital, the test results came in. It only confirmed what my doctor suspected. I did have polymyositis. Polymyositis is an autoimmune neuromuscular disorder. Autoimmune diseases happen when the immune system destroys even the healthy tissues in our body. Basically, the immune system got poor. Which in my case makes a lot of sense, because I barely got sick. I usually get a fever once every other year. I never got admitted to the hospital for extremely high fever or dehydration or anything bad like that. And then I stopped getting sick for 2 consecutive years before we found out I had polymyositis. I thought not getting the flu was a good thing. I didn't know immune systems can be so strong that it can actually make you even more vulnerable to diseases. I thought we only get sick because the immune system is weak. I was wrong. At first, I didn't know what polymyositis was. Okay, I know what it's called, but what exactly is it? Do I stay weak forever? Will I be able to do the stuff I used to do again? Will I get stronger? Is there a cure? There were so many questions on my mind, but every time my doctor asks me if I had any questions, I tend to space out and just shake my head. I didn't know I could ever get weak. I thought I was strong. I thought I would get weak when I'm 17, but not 17. I was a pretty active teenager before all this happened. I was a performer. I did taekwondo. I played basketball. I played soccer. I used to do a lot of things, most of which I ended up quitting, but still, I did a lot of physically demanding things. I thought I had a normal life. I wasn't all that normal after all. I know you have a lot of questions about polymyositis, as do I, so I took the liberty of doing research for you. This is a direct quote from NINDS Polymyositis information page from National Institute of Neurological Disorders and Stroke, NINDS website. It practically covers everything, and as someone with polymyositis, I would say I couldn't have said it better myself. What is polymyositis? Polymyositis is one of a group of muscle diseases known as the inflammatory myopathies, which are characterized by chronic muscle inflammation accompanied by muscle weakness. Polymyositis affects skeletal muscles on both sides of the body. It is rarely seen in persons under age 18. In my case, I was 17, turning 18 when we found out. Most cases are in adults between the ages of 31 and 60. Progressive muscle weakness starts in the proximal muscles closest to the trunk of the body, which eventually leads to difficulties climbing stairs, which I've said, rising from a seated position, which I've said, lifting objects, or reaching overhead. People with polymyositis may also experience arthritis. Yes, I do sometimes. Shortness of breath. Yes, I do sometimes. Difficulty swallowing and speaking. Yes, I do sometimes. and arthritis. That I don't think I have. In some cases of polymyositis, distal muscles further away from the trunk of the body may be affected as the disease progresses. Polymyositis may be associated with collagen vascular or autoimmune diseases such as lupus. Polymyositis may also be associated with infectious disorders such as HIV/AIDS. Yikes. Is there any treatment? There is no cure for polymyositis, but symptoms can be treated. Options include medication, physical therapy, exercise, heat therapy, orthotics and assistive devices, and rest. The standard treatment for polymyositis is a corticosteroid drug, I don't know if I said that right, given either in pill form or intravenously. I had to do both, not at the same time, but I'll discuss that in another video. I'm not gonna bombard you with medical jargon this early on, so I'm just gonna skip to what is the prognosis. The prognosis for polymyositis varies. Most people respond fairly well to therapy, but some have a more severe disease that does not respond adequately to therapies and are left with significant disability. In rare cases, individuals with severe and progressive muscle weakness will develop respiratory failure or pneumonia. At that, difficulty swallowing may cause weight loss and malnutrition. That is a topic for another video. I hope this helps you understand what I have to go through every day for the rest of my life. So that's it. I'll be talking more about my personal experiences in future Myositis Diaries videos. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more videos. If you want to see more of this Myositis Diaries, if you have any questions or reactions, comment below. Yeah. So remember, scatter love, scatter kindness, scatter sugar, spice, and everything nice. And I will see you when I see you. Bye.